And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tailgate Tuesday. It is round 7 of the 2021 NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series live right here coming from Texas Motor Speedway. It is the Lonestar 350, 22 drivers out there. It is a 147 lap event, and these drivers are already rocking and rolling, under 30 laps to go in stage 1, and the pole sitter for the evening is Gran driver the number 24 Chevy Silverado. He's leading the way right now, and there is a side-by-side battle for second and third between Stephen Corley, Josh Colm-Diaz, and a couple of others. They're 3 wide actually going down the back straightaway. We're thinking of it. I am NASCAR CEO Tyler McMurder alongside in-race reporter Tyler Wagner, driver of the 02 Chevy Silverado. First of all, Tyler, thanks a bunch for joining us. And secondly, how's the truck feeling out there? I know it's early, but what's going on out there? What's the race feeling like so far? Now, 22 drivers is a pretty big field, especially for a wild mile-and-a-half track like Texas, where the draft is very powerful and where these trucks tend to get loose exiting these turns. What position are you running right now, and what do you think your truck is going to handle like as the tires wear more? We'll check back in later with you. Again, everyone, Tyler Wagner is a former NASCAR Dirt Touring Series race winner, and getting more and more familiar with the asphalt here in the NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series. More and more on the Tailgate Tuesdays. Back up front, still leading the way, Gran in the 24. Josh Colm-Diaz, his teammate in the 23, trying to chase him down. Running in third, just behind him is the 17 truck, and that is Jordan Roughton. Errol Burden in the 56 in fourth, and Jesse Carlson running in fifth in the 88. Jesse Carlson, of course, coming off a strong performance last night at Sonoma Raceway in the Sunfire 250 for the NASCAR Motormaster Series. Those Xfinity cars finding victory lane in NASCAR for the first time in the NASCAR Motormaster Series, and it was very impressive there. It was a good run for him at Sonoma. Pole winner, stage 1 winner, stage 2 winner. And right now running inside the top 5, picking up where he left off for Motormaster Monday here on Tailgate Tuesday. They're all chasing Nick Francesco, and a little bit deeper in the field. This is what the battle for the 7th position looks like. It's Timmy Brown in the 8 truck holding on to that. Just behind him is Alex Tesdall in the 98. Jason Armstrong in the 15. Dave Martz Jr. in the 4 right there from Rockstar Racing. Dustin McClintock, Bradley Gilliland. Good battles really all over the racetrack, and it's hard to really pick one. And there's Stephen Corley in the 99. Close behind him is Jordan Green. Check that. Those are actually the drivers running in 6th and 7th. The battle we were watching for was actually for 9th. The scoreboard just updating for me. So Timmy Brown in the 8 truck running in the 9th position. Top 5 have separated themselves from the rest of the field just a little bit. And Stephen Corley in 6th, Jordan Green in 7th, kind of working nose to tail to see if they can run down the top 5 a little bit. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. scored in the 7th position behind that, or excuse me, the 8th position on his own behind them. And then that's when you find the pack of Timmy Brown and others. And the battle for the lead looks like this. Coming out of 4. We talked about it a lot actually before the broadcast began. A lot of these drivers were really taking into consideration how loose their trucks will be getting coming out of turn 4, especially the NASCAR Motormaster Series drivers have already run one of their races at Texas this season, and it's exactly what we saw in that one. Cars were getting loose coming out of 4, and those cars, of course, are a whole lot lighter than these trucks, so the challenge might not be as significant here tonight, but it's still there, and a lot of these drivers were commenting on that before we took the green here tonight. There's a good look at Jeffrey Robinson Jr. running in 8th. He's on his own, no drafting partner right now, so he's actually kind of losing ground to the front runners, but he's not really getting challenged or caught by the drivers behind him either. The intervals are kind of all stabilizing at this point. Sits third in the point standings here in the NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series coming into tonight's event. And I should update you there. A couple of trucks are already on pit road for scheduled pit stops. Cameron Norton's there. Trenton Krentz in the 18. Bradley Gilliland in the 74 just went down pit road a moment ago. Keeping our eye on all of this. It's a bit of a gamble, don't you think? Especially if a caution comes out, it could burn these trucks. See if that comes back to haunt them or not. Time will tell. So far, we're lean, mean, clean, and green since the drop of the green flag here in this one. We're working stage 1. Good information there. In race reporter, former Dirt Touring Series race winner. 16 laps to go, now 15 as the leaders cross the start-finish line. We're watching Harold Burton in the number 56 Chevy Silverado. Long-time NASCAR driver, started back on the NASCAR 15 game on the PlayStation 3 console. Wins there, wins here as well, but it's been a little while, so if you'd like to get another one and punch his ticket into the playoffs, he's made the Final Four before for one of our NASCAR series here on these Heat games. And I apologize there, Tyler. What were you saying? It is going to be one of the bigger challenges of the evening. I couldn't agree more, but yeah, you're right. We're looking at him now. He's on pit road. He's in his stall getting service, but yeah, evidently Dave missing pit road a couple of times. They're trying to come down pit road to get the scheduled service. Timmy Brown in the Ford F-150 in the 8 truck just leaving as well, just in front of him. And both trucks are going to come back out onto the racetrack. How about Jordan Roughton, folks? 17 truck having a good run here in the Ford F-150. He's found his way all the way up into the 2nd position, and he's actually gaining a little bit of ground on Nick Donfrancesco, driver of the 24. Now Nick Donfrancesco comes in as the points leader, and he's led every lap since the drop of the green flag here. Actually, no, check that. Stephen Corley has led a couple of laps here in this one in the 99, but since then has dropped outside of the top 5, so since then, Nick has retaken the top spot, and now Jordan coming up to maybe challenge for that. Josh Colin-Diaz scored in 3rd. Harold Burton scored in 4th. They're all coming into your picture here. For the viewers watching at home, every now and then, that's how close together they are. And more scheduled pit stops beginning. Jason Armstrong in the 15 is actually leaving pit road, and problems for Daniel McGriff in the 13, it looks like. Now, I believe that this is coming out of turn 4.
Caution.
Oh, and we have a caution on the racetrack, and I think that Daniel McGriff in the 13 had something to do with it. He's got a lot of front-end damage to that Steel Horse Motorsports Ford, and we're looking around to see if anybody else might have something wrong with them. We can also tell you Robert Lohman Sr. in the 21, Cameron Norton in the 3. They're both off the track and done for the day. That leaves 20 trucks left on the racetrack and competing here for the Lonestar 350 victory. And I think that the caution really did have to do with Daniel McGriff in the 13, and that brings out caution number 1 of the race.
I was just about to hit pit road just as that caution came in.
I mean, good thing you didn't. And do you recall what truck was getting the free pass? That's okay. But I do know that some trucks are stuck a lap down, like Timmy Brown, Dave Marks Jr., and others. And yeah, about 5-6 trucks stuck a lap down right now. The green flag is back in the air. Stage 1 still underway here at Texas. Oh, they're all slicing and dicing. They're basically 2 by 2 all the way back, folks. They thunder into turn 3. Nick Donfrancesco going to the inside of Stephen Corley. That's the battle for the lead. His teammate, Josh Colin-Diaz, going with him. And how about Beam SKP in the 16? He's running in 4th place up there, lone driver out of France, but he's being challenged now by Jordan Roughton. And we have a new race leader. Nick Donfrancesco takes the top spot away from Stephen Corley. The outside line has not come in just yet. Stephen drops in line in the 3rd position. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 23 has not dropped any worse than 4th so far in this event, and he is currently scored in 2nd. He's got 2 wins this year in that 23 truck. Won the Tailgate 250 event, won the Bristol event, and they're all chasing Nick Donfrancesco, who has a win this season already as well. That came back in round 2 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and comes in as the points leader as well. So it's Nick, Josh, Stephen, Jordan. That's your top 4. They're starting to spread out a little bit from the rest of the field, and the driver running in 5th is actually Dustin McClintock in the zero car. Excuse me, the zero truck Silverado there. Former college football star running in the 5th position there. He's got Harold Burton just behind him, and actually it's funny, they both started back on NASCAR 15. They battled a lot with each other there for wins and top 5 finishes. They know each other really well, but they haven't really seen each other very much lately, so this is maybe a bonding moment, a reunion here. And it's a battle for the 5th and 6th positions coming now to the start-finish line. We're nearing the end of the stage. Throwing it down to the in-race reporter, Tyler Wagner, former dirt winner. How many laps to go? Perfect, thanks, brother. 4 laps to go. So that gives us, we have only 2 more to go until the pit road is closed. But really, you don't want to pit before the end of the stage. You will lose a lap, and it's not going to really be worth it. The battle for the lead is on. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 23 takes the inside line, and it prevails. First time all race long he has led a lap, and it's coming at a critical time. 3 laps to go in stage 1. Oh, and back to the inside goes Nick Donfrancesco. Power move to the bottom, and now Stephen Corley in the 99 going to the inside. Everyone taking a turn to try to win the stage, going into 3 and 4 now. Oh, Nick's got it. Stephen looking to the outside. I don't think it was by choice. Josh going to the bottom, looking for 2nd. He knows he's got to get there to have a better shot at the leader, and for the stage win, 2 laps to go. And this is good stuff, and this is just for the stage win, folks. Top 5 get the stage points. Harold Burton took 5th away from Dustin McClintock just a moment ago. That's for 1 point there. Nick Donfrancesco's got the lead. Josh still in 2nd, side by side for 3rd and 4th. The Toyota of Jordan Roughton in the 17 on the bottom. And Stephen Corley in the Ford in the 99 up top. White flag in the air. It's really the top 5 at this point that have a shot at the stage win, and none of them really in danger of losing their stage points. They have a bit of a gap over the drivers running 6th on back, and this might provide for a bit of a wild move going into 3 and 4 for the stage win. Nothing to lose, a lot to gain. Nobody close enough to Nick to make a move for the stage win. Coming at a 4 for the final time in stage 1, Nick Donfrancesco in the 24 claims another stage win and another playoff point as well. Josh Colm-Diaz 2nd, Stephen Corley in 3rd, Harold Burton in 4th, and Jordan Roughton in the 17 in 5th. It was a dogfight for 6th on back as well, folks. We should mention they were 2 and 3 wide. Jason Armstrong, Daniel McGriff, Dustin McClintock, and a few others. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Timmy Brown. A lot of these drivers, in fact, I believe most of these drivers were just on pit road under that first and only caution for an on-track incident, but I think that we're going to expect everybody back on pit road, and that'll leave them having to only pit 1 time in stage 1. We know these drivers will have to pit multiple times in the final stage, and that'll open the door for maybe a bit more fuel and pit strategy, and time will tell. 22 trucks started this event, 20 of them left on the racetrack. The green flag is in the air for stage 2. They're bouncing off each other there for third, fourth, and fifth. Contact made between Jordan Rout and Daniel McGriff, Nick Donfrancesco, and others. They're still 3 wide going through 3 and 4. Josh Colm-Diaz has taken the lead. Josh Colm-Diaz, Stephen Corley, Jordan Rout, and Nick Donfrancesco, and Daniel McGriff. That's your top 5. And now they're suddenly all back to single file as quick as they got 3 wide. I can't believe they held on to it through there. The in-race reporter Tyler Wagner has cracked the top 10 in the O2. Battles all over the racetrack, action all over the racetrack. It's hard to call. 20 trucks left on the track, and we're working stage 2, top 5, and get points in each stage. Of course, the stage winner gets a playoff point, so really every position matters, and all the drivers outside of the top 5 really just trying to position themselves as close to the front as they can to maybe score the win or score a top 5 finish at the end of all of this. So really everybody's got their own agenda. Some drivers full-time looking for the points and looking for wins. Some drivers coming in on a part-time basis looking just simply for the win, and that's it. And maybe some strategy up their sleeve to get the win. Contact was made there. That's a good battle between Timmy Brown in the 8, Bradley Gilliland in the 74, Alex Tesdall in the 98, not too far behind them. It's Jeff Brady in the 82 just in front of them. Football star in his own right there. Dustin McClintock, another football star here in the field. Both of them talk off the track a lot about their football days. Jeff still currently plays. Stephen Corley goes around, and that's in turn 1. Big wreck. Dave Marks Jr. had nowhere to go. Bradley Gilliland in the 74 made heavy contact as well. And from the in-race reporter himself there, caution is out on the racetrack. It was about a 5-truck incident over there in turns 1 and 2. And that's going to bring out the yellow. Damage forward. Yeah, I kind of saw exactly how it started, actually. There was a truck that got hooked to the outside wall nose first. I believe it was the 99 of Stephen Corley. And there was a few trucks after that, just literally that had nowhere to go. Dave Marks Jr. in the 4 was one. Bradley Gilliland was another. He went nose first into the outside wall as well. And a few others like yourself in the O2 machine. And there was a couple of trucks bouncing off each other trying to miss the incident as well, but we're not even counting or talking about any of those. That was simply a wild incident there. And second caution of the day for an on-track incident, but the green flag is back in the air. Stage 2 at Texas Motor Speedway, round 7, the 2021 season. Side by side going through 1 and 2 now. Josh Colm-Diaz down on the inside in the 23. Nick in the 24 up top. Jordan Rout in the 17 giving Josh a big push. Harold trying to go with him. And Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 51 going to the top side instead. Beam SKP, the lone driver out of France in the 16, takes the 5th position away from Jeffrey. There might have been contact made even between the two. And they're still 2 and 3 wide from about 7th on back. Oh, man, the Steel Horse Motorsports Fords are all right nose to tail here. They got Jordan Green and Jeff Grady right there with them. But, yeah, Jesse Carlson, Daniel McGriff. They're right there with their teammates. All 4 of them nose to tail. Back up front, it's still Josh in the 23 leading the way. Chevy Silverado looking strong. He's been running in the top 5 since the start of this one. Ooh, deeper in the field there. Looked like Jordan Roughton in the 17 had a bit of an issue. There he is. He now goes to the inside, finds contact down there with the inside wall. Back onto the racetrack in front of a couple of others. Jason Armstrong, Jeff Grady, a few others had nowhere to go. There's a big incident over on the back straightaway. The caution is out for the 3rd time. And I don't know what triggered that. We were watching the battle for the lead. Harold Burden had just worked his way up into the 2nd position. And problems there for the 17 of Jordan. Jordan was running inside the top 5 when that happened. I don't know if contact was made between he and another truck that got him up there against the outside wall or not. But suddenly he was up there and then he was down low, back up towards the outside wall. And actually, we're getting a report that the controller died maybe on the 17 truck there, and that's never a good thing. He was having a great run there. There's a couple of trucks that needed that, though. There was a few trucks that were still stuck 1 lap down after having that caution come out in the middle of the green flag cycle of pit stops. And here we go, folks. The green flag is back in the air. Texas Cook Racing in the 10, making his debut in this race, is leading to the start. He's on the older tires. He gives way. He lets the lead pack go. Now goes to the outside. And the new leader is Alex Tesdall in the 98. Josh Colombiez in the 23. Nick Donfrancesco in the 24. Harold Burton in the 56. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. That is your top 5. And you're watching them right here, actually. Dean SKP in 6th. I can't believe Daniel McGriff in the 13, running in 7th after being involved in one of those odd track incidents earlier in this race. Jordan Green running in 8th. Jesse Carlson running in 9th. Rounding out the top 10, Jeff Grady. And problems for the race leader. He loses the lead even. He got loose going into turn 1. Alex Tesdall goes down low and had to gather it back up. New race leader, folks, and it's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 51. First time he's led all race long, and he's looking for his first career NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series win. Sitting 3rd in the point standings coming into this race. He's got a lot of top 5 finishes this year, including a 3rd place finish at Las Vegas. I believe it was Vegas anyway. And he's been rocket ship all season long. He's come so close to a couple of wins this season. Got the points leader right behind him, and a long time NASCAR driver in Harold Burden running in the 3rd position. And Nick Donfrancesco is going to spoil the party, it looks like here. The pole sitter for the event goes down to the inside. That was going into turn 3. And he's going to lead this lap by a nose over Jeffrey Robinson Jr., but Jeffrey's not giving up on the outside, and it kind of looks like Harold Burden was going to go up there and draft with him, but he tucks back down to the inside, but he had to. Looked like Jesse Carlson in the 88 was going to fill that gap. Nick's going to prevail here in the long haul. Down on the bottom, it seems to be the preferred group, especially when there's more trucks down there. You can see that Jeffrey's putting in a good fight. He's still beside the 2nd truck in line down on the bottom, and that's by himself up on the outside line. So give a call to Jeffrey for having good speed up there, but it's not going to be enough. Nick Donfrancesco is now going to lead. Harold Burden's in 2nd. Jesse Carlson is in 3rd. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. 4th. Josh Colombiez rounds out the top 5, but there's still about 8 trucks right there in a heat there battling for the lead. Stephen Corley, Alex Tesdall, and Jordan Green in this lead pack as well. 2nd group of trucks being led by Jordan Roughton and Daniel McGriff, Timmy Brown. They're running 9th, 10th, and 11th, but we're going to keep our eye on the lead pack. We're working stage 2. And you heard it from the man. Tyler Wagner in the 0-2, Chevy Silverado, and race reporter giving us the signal that we've got 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. Top 5 get points, and there's about 8 drivers in this lead pack. Yes, 8 trucks here that have a shot at getting into top 5 and getting some of those stage points. One of the drivers we knew was going to be strong in this one has been strong all race long, and that's Stephen Corley in the 99 Ford F-150 for Steel Horse Motorsports. One of the Steel Horse Motorsports teammates is right there in front of him in third as well. It's Jesse Carlson. But the mile-and-a-half program has really been the shining program for Stephen Corley in the 99, and he's bringing his A game tonight for Texas as well. He won at Homestead earlier this season, the Holiday Bash 200 before the holiday break, and first ever NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series win that was, and here he is running in 4th, just behind Harold Burton. His teammate Jesse Carlson in the 88 just made a big move to the inside to take the 2nd position away, and now he's all over the tailgate of Nick in the 24. The top 5 have got away from the rest of the field just a little bit. It was a group of 8 trucks, but now Alex Tesdall has worked his way into 6th position, but he's lost draft. He's lost touch a little bit with the top 5. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. scored in 7th, Jordan Green in 8th, Jordan Roughton in 9th, and Timmy Brown in the 8 truck just took the 10th position away from Dustin McClintock in the 20. Bradley Gilliland in the 12th position behind them. Beam SKP in 13th, Jason Armstrong running in 14th. And it's Dave Marks Jr. running in 15th. That is your top 15. In-race reporter Tyler Wagner in the 0-2 running in 16th there, right behind Dave. Good battles really all over the racetrack, and it's hard to keep up with all of it, but I'm doing the best that I can. We're back up front now to watch the top 5 battle. We have under 10 laps to go here in stage 2. 6 to go. Oh. He's going down the back straightaway now, 5.5 laps to go, and time is running out. Jesse Carlson was just up there in the 2nd position looking for the stage 1 win, but now he's dropped back into 4th, and Harold Burton in the 56 is now the driver right behind the 24. And now, I don't know, it seems like the class of the field has really been the 24 of Nick Don Francesco. He is the points leader coming into this race. He seems to have these trucks really figured out and dialed in every time he comes to these races, and I wonder what someone's going to have to do. I wonder what kind of move they're going to have to make to take the lead away from Nick and take the stage 2 win away. And side-by-side battle now for the 2nd and 3rd positions. Jesse back to the bottom of Harold, and they're swapping 2nd, 3rd, and 4th around here every now and then, every couple of laps really. And 4 laps to go in stage 2. I think they're trying to figure out who's going to make a run at Nick for the stage win here. Inside line is the preferred groove, and with the truck entering pit road, it's the 10 of Cook Racing making his debut here in the NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series. Led a lap there under caution, and since then has needed to bring his truck to pit road, but he's going to lose a lap in the process here, of course. Might even lose a 2nd one, so he's going to be a little bit behind for the beginning of the final stage. You heard it, folks. 2 laps to go here for Nick Don Francesco in the 24, and here he comes, folks. Jesse Carlson just ran him down. The number 88 Ford F-150, he got through 3 and 4 really well, and then he used the draft down the front stretch really well, and he's there. Does he have enough time, and what kind of a move is he going to make? Harold Burton in the 56 was up there in 2nd a moment ago. He couldn't quite get around Nick, and I think he might have worn his tires out a little bit. And since then, he's dropped back to 5th, and now the top 4 have run away with this thing. The white flag is in the air. Next time by, they'll see the green and white checkered flag signaling the end of stage 2. Who's going to win it? Timac Motorsports Chevy Nick Don Francesco, Steel Horse Motorsports Ford of Jesse Carlson. Jesse riding a wave of momentum, coming off his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win last night at Sunfire 250 at Sonoma. Through 3 and 4 for the final time here in Stage 2. To the outside goes Jesse Carlson, and it's not going to quite be enough. Nick Don Francesco wins Stage 2. Jesse's going to finish second. Stephen Corley's going to claim third. Josh Colm-Diaz in fourth. And Harold Burden rounding out the top 5, getting the stage points. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., the 51, will get the 6th position. He was close to getting those stage points. He'll be a factor in the final stage. Dustin McClintock in 7th, Jason Armstrong 8th, Alex Tesdahl 9th. Two drivers there having a good run inside the top 10, and these drivers now have an opportunity to pit under caution and take 4 tires and fuel, make some adjustments. Expect Cook Racing in the 10 to maybe stay out and take a wave around to get one of his 2 laps back. You saw him, the white and pink truck, going a 2nd lap down. It was 3 laps down?
Yeah.
Oh, ouch, yeah. Well, I think that he'll take a wave around, or hopefully. Okay, excellent. 22 trucks started this event. 19 of them left on the racetrack, 18 of them on the lead lap, and the green flag is back in the air. Final stage of the Lonestar 350 at Texas. You hear the fans in turn 1 in the grandstands, and they thunder down the back straightaway. Nick Don Francesco leads. Jesse Carlson on his tailgate with Josh Colm-Diaz right there with him. And it's Stephen Corley in the 99, Harold Burden in the 56 right there, Jordan Green. 3 wide on the front straightaway. Jordan Rout and Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Jordan Green that are 3 wide. These drivers all very experienced in league racing and in NASCAR racing. They made it work through there. Timmy Brown in the 8 got a little bit loose. He held on to it. And the battle for the lead is on. They're slicing and dicing at the front. Harold in the 56, he went all the way down below the white line looking to make a pass there for the lead. And now to the outside goes Jesse Carlson in the 88, Ford power on the outside. No help, no problem. He leads the lap and he thunders through turns 1 and 2, but he's still right there on the quarter panel breaking that draft, breaking the momentum a little bit, Nick Don Francesco is. And now he's got a teammate in the 23. It's Josh Colm-Diaz pulling up to the tailgate. He's going to give him a push, or is he still having a good run around the outside as Jesse Carlson, and he's trying to clear the 24 so he can pull down in front of him. He can't quite do it. He led the last 2 laps, but Nick is still down there on the bottom. And now Harold Burden in the 56 is going to go up, venture into the outside line. Never mind, he tucks down low. Help is on the way. Jesse Carlson still up there, and the Steel Horse Motorsports Fords are coming. You saw Stephen Corley going to the outside. He was trying to make his way up there to maybe push his teammate, but he got bumped. Man, this is good stuff, and now Nick's going to clear him. He's going to take the lead, and there's 3 wide for 2nd place. Never mind, Alex Tesdahl in 98 checked up a little bit and thought a little bit better of it. 3 and 4 now. Single file for the most part, all the way back until you find Beam SKP and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. side by side for 8th and 9th, and man, this is good stuff. And there you see them. Jeffrey takes 8th, Beam SKP in the 16 Toyota Tundra. Lone driver out of France, he runs in the 9th position, having a stout performance here. And Dave Marks Jr. rounds out the top 10. There you see him in the 4 truck. The 74 of Bradley Gitteland runs in 11th, just behind him. And there's still 18 trucks on the lead lap with a good shot to win the Lonestar 350. It's round 7. The 2021 NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series season hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 5. They're all chasing the pole sitter, the Stage 1 winner, the Stage 2 winner, Nick Don Francesco. points leader as well. Throwing it down to the M-Race reporter, Tyler Wagner. Tyler, you're driving the 02 Chevy Silverado. You're on the lead lap. You might not be really up there in the lead pack, but how's the truck feeling, and what do you think of your chances here? I think you'll be just fine. Do you think that we're done seeing cautions?
Probably not.
No, I don't think so either. And we have a new race leader, folks. Jesse Carlson, the 88, has taken the top spot from Nick DonFrancesco. We were going through the field just a little bit, and we missed that. Oh, contact made between Stephen Corley in the 99, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 23. I think Stephen got loose, came up into the side of the 23. Both trucks are going to lose some ground. More contact made, but this time between Jordan Roughton in the 17 and Josh Colm-Diaz hits the inside wall hard, and heavy damage to the Silverado. Oh, it's a shame too, because he was up there in the top 5. He's led a lot of laps in this race and qualified well, and he's been running strong all race long, and that's a shame. He's going again, but he's now scored in the 18th position. There's contact with 2 different trucks. Stephen Corley was the first one. Jordan Roughton was the second one. There they are, both still running inside the top 10 here. I don't know if any of that was intentional, but everything does get reviewed, and yeah, unfortunate for Josh. Yeah, I'll tell you, there's good battles everywhere all over this racetrack. Here's the battle for the lead. First of all, Jesse in the 88 and Nick in the 24. They've gapped the rest of the field just a little bit. And then here's the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Harold Burton, 56. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 51. And Alex Tesdall in the 98 finds himself up there in the 5th position. Here's the battle for 6th and 7th. The 2 drivers that were involved in that incident with Josh Colm-Diaz a moment ago. Jordan Roughton in the 17. Stephen Corley in the 99. Oh, big wreck on the front straightaway. Timmy Brown in the 8 had nowhere to go. Dustin McClintock in the 20 went airborne. We have a caution. Well, this saves Josh Colm-Diaz. First of all, in the 23 truck, he'll be on the lead lap. He'll be able to pit and fix the damage, but yeah, that's a tough break for Timmy Brown. It's a tough break for Dustin McClintock. I caught the tail end of it. Timmy Brown in the 8 had nowhere to go. He slammed into the side, into the door there of Dustin McClintock. And the physics of these games here, Dustin went airborne. Their road's open. How many laps to go, Tyler?
62 right now as we're getting into the pits.
And what kind of fuel mileage are you guys getting on a full tank? 22. So if this were to go green to the finish, everybody would have to pit on 2 occasions. But it's doubtful we're going green to the finish, guys. It's been a wild one. The green flag is back in the air. Final stage of the Lonestar 350. Under 60 laps to go. Jesse leads, Nick second, Jeffrey in 3rd, Jordan in 4th, and Alex in 5th. Steven in 6th, Bradley in 7th, and Daniel in 8th. Jason in 9th, Jordan Green rounding out the top 10. 18 trucks on the lead lap. 19 of them left on the racetrack. 22 drivers started this event. It's a 147 lap event, down to under 60 laps to go here in the final stage. Nick Francesco in the 24, the pole sitter. Also won Stage 1 and Stage 2. Josh Colm-Diaz has been inside the top 5 for most of this race. He's finally got that truck repaired and working his way back through the field. He's now outside the top 5, but scored in the 8th position with a fast truck. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. runs in 3rd, the highest running Juicy J Motorsports truck of the evening. Stephen Corley in the 99 has led laps in this one, and the Ford F-150 for Steel Horse Motorsports currently scored in 6th, and he's got a quick truck as well. His teammate Alex does as well. His teammate Jesse's leading the race. The Steel Horse trucks are really coming to life here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Battle back here a little bit deeper in the field. Jordan Green, Team SKP, Jason Armstrong, Tyler Wagner. This is a little bit outside of the top 10 here. These drivers are basically still 2 by 2. Lead change up front. To the bottom goes Nick in the 24. He's got help. Jeffrey in the 51, Jordan in the 17. They're going to go with him. Alex in the 98, it seems like, is even going to go down there, and that's the teammate of Jesse in the 88 that's on the outside line all by himself. But keep in mind, his teammates aren't quite close enough in line to get up there and push him until he gets back into about the 3rd, 4th truck in line, and Nick Francesco takes the lead. Here's what the second pack of trucks looks like, and there was contact made there between Harold Burden and Bradley Gilliland. Looked like Harold kind of shoved Bradley up the groove a little bit. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 23 truck restarted in the 18th position, has worked his way all the way up into 7th, and he is gaining ground on the leaders, and he's going to be one to watch here in the later laps of this one. Harold Burden runs in 8th. Stephen Corley runs in 9th, and behind him is Bradley Gilliland in the 74. Excuse me, it's Daniel McGriff rather running in the 9th position. Stephen up there in the 6th position. And we're all chasing the pole sitter, the points leader, both stages winner. We're going to take a short break from full commentary, and we're going to leave it with in-race reporter, former NASCAR Dirt Touring Series race winner Tyler Wagner, driver of the 02 Chevy Silverado, and he's going to talk you through and walk you through a little bit about what's going on out there on the racetrack, and we'll bring you back to full commentary here in just a matter of minutes. Nick Francesco leads, 54 laps to go. You're watching the Lone Star 350 at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, we're gonna quickly fill the viewers in that there is a caution on the racetrack, 4th caution of the race for an on-track incident, and this is going to bring the field a whole lot closer together, and it's going to give everybody an opportunity once again to challenge for the lead, challenge for the win. This is also going to bring the 23 truck, Josh Colm-Diaz, right close to the race leaders. He scored at the 7th position, and this is exactly what he needed because he had lost the draft with the lead group. 19 trucks left on the racetrack. All 19 are going to be on the lead lap. Cook Racing is getting free pass after free pass here in that number 10 Chevy Silverado. Leaving it with the in-race reporter Tyler Wagner, and the green flag is back in the air. Quick reminder, the leader is Jeffrey Robinson Jr., driving for Juicy J Motorsports.
Sticks his nose in up underneath. Another Gran second, driving in. That's a pretty dude. And we're going back to wow. Definitely gonna race tonight. Started out with 22 starters. 16. Alright guys, just need some heavy damage and we need to recover from it. So I think back here. Drop off. About 8 to 9 laps right here, start getting into our fuel window. It's real tricky. You get on the accelerator too soon coming out of focus.
Bringing you back to full commentary now. A lot has happened, a lot has changed. Jesse Carlson is in the 88 Ford F-150 for Steel Horse Motorsports, is leading this race. Jordan Roughton in the 17, right behind him in second. Harold Burton third. Side by side battle here between Stephen Corley and Alex Tesdall. They bounce off each other, and Nick Donfrancesco scored in 6th, and he's led the most laps in this one. He won both stages, so a lot has really happened. Let's throw it down to the in-race reporter Tyler Wagner to recap what's happened over the last 5 to 7 laps. Well, we noticed that Beam SKP and Josh Colm-Diaz are both off the racetrack. Beam was in the top 10. Josh was up to 7th, and he was on his way to the front. What happened to them? Do you know? And I don't know. We'll have to catch up with them a little bit later. No, I wonder if there was connection issues there for Josh in the 23, because he was on his way back to the front. He had recovered there very nicely. He was in 18th on the restart, and then he rocketed his way all the way up to 7th, and good things were coming for him only, and that's a shame. We're keeping our eye on the battle for the lead up here. Jesse Carlson in the 88 truck is riding a wave of momentum. We've been documenting that. Last night for Motormaster Monday, he won the Sunfire 250 at Sonoma Raceway to capture his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win. And right now he's looking good, folks. He's been running inside the top 5 for the most part in this one, and he's got the lead right now, and it's at a great time. It's at a critical time. Leading this one, Jordan Roughton right behind him in the 2nd position. Harold in 3rd. Nick Donfrancesco in the 24 now works his way back up into the 4th position. Alex Tesdall in the 98 runs in 5th, and it's been a great season so far. Great 2021 campaign for Alex, and he's keeping it going here. He's running in 5th and captured his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win at Bristol Motor Speedway. Had to move Matt Smith out of the way a little bit to do it, but was able to hold on for the win there that night, and it was a great one for him, and would love to capture his first career NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series win as well. He's got a Platinum Cup win back in 2018 at Michigan. Wants to be one of the Triple Crown winners here. And he's got Jeffrey Robinson Jr. right behind him, scored in the 6th position in the 51. Toyota Tundra for Rockstar Racing, and just behind him is Stephen Corley in the 99. The top 7 have broken their way away from the rest of the field here by quite a distance. Can't even see the second pack coming into the frame for the most part. And back up front, Nick Donfrancesco has worked his way back into 2nd. You can hear the crowd cheering as they exit turn 4. The points leader rallying back here, slowly but surely, picking them off one at a time. Jordan Roughton was the 2nd place runner in the 17. He's now dropped to 3rd. Harold Burden in the 56 drops to 4th. Jesse Carlson's going to have a mirror full of the black and orange Chevy Silverado here in just a little bit. In-race reporter Tyler Wagner in the 02 is on pit road. And we know that Cameron Norton is off the track. Trenton Krentz in the 18 is off the track. Jeff Grady is off the track. Some drivers that were involved in a couple of these late race incidents are now done for the night. 22 drivers started this race, and a few of them are parked and motionless on pit road. Good battle here. Bradley Gilliland in the 74. Jordan Green in the 00. Jordan Green, a 6-time NASCAR champion, all of which came back on the NASCAR 15 game. And I don't know what the deal is there, but Bradley Gilliland came down the track and into the side of Jordan Green. And I don't know. Oh, and now Bradley goes and puts Jordan up into the outside wall. And this is coming at a turn 4, and that's not the way that you want to race somebody. Well, we'll be reviewing all of this, that's for sure, and I don't know if something maybe happened between them earlier in this race or not, but that's definitely not the way you want to race somebody. And now he's coming back to the inside of Timmy Brown, and they might have lit a fire underneath Jordan Green. I can hardly hear you. What did you say? Oh, okay. seems like you're off sequence a little bit, though. Did you short pit? I don't know what the deal is here.
I got loose coming out hit that bump into the stand.
Oh, I see. All right, well, you heard it, folks. 31 laps to go. They're coming around to 30 laps to go here at Texas. It's round 7 of the 2021 NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series season here on NASCAR Heat 5. A couple of other trucks coming to pit. Oh, and Cook Racing in the 10 was trying to come to pit road. He cut back in front of the race leader, but he made contact with Jordan Roughton in the 17 instead. We're going to stay green, but that costs Jordan a top 3 position on the racetrack. All right, so 26 laps to go. These 3 trucks are 3 wide here on the back straightaway. It's a battle for position. Jordan Green has gained 3 positions back ever since the contact between he and Bradley Gilliland. He's actually gaining on that 74 truck, so we're going to keep our eye on those 2 and see if the fireworks happen again between them. And if they do, I think some penalties are being given out to Bradley Gilliland here in the 74. Up front, it's still Jesse Carlson in the 88 leading. Nick Donfrancesco behind him in second in the 24. Harold Burton in third. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. has worked his way to fourth. And we're having green flag pit stops. Here comes the leader, Jesse Carlson. And the danger about this is it's been a wild race. We've had 4 cautions for on-track incidents, and we've seen small incidents here and there that did not cause a caution, so it's a little bit of a gamble bringing it to pit road. But when your tires are shot and when you're out of fuel, it's just kind of when you got to do it. Oh! Sorry to cut you off. Near the entrance to pit road, Stephen Corley in the 99 got out of shape. I don't think that he made it successfully to pit road. There you see him. He's still coming up to speed, and he's going again, but he's going to lose some time because of that. Hopefully he can get back around and get service. Oh, this is right in front of Bradley Gilliland in the 74. There was contact made between those 2. And Steven is now completely out of fuel, and he's going down the back straightaway, going into turn 3, turns the truck left and gets down onto the flat part of the racetrack to get out of the way. He's going to lose a ton of track time because of this, but he is going to make it to pit road. It might have been the 99. Oh, you're right. Alex Tesdall in the 98 machine. It appeared that he was maybe slow over there. Oh, never mind. He's actually exiting pit road. So it might have been the 99 machine that you saw. So we are going to stay green. Everybody did successfully make it to pit road. There we see Nick Donfrancesco in the 24 leaves pit road, and you're right. So it's Alex Tesdall in the 98 truck leading the race right now. He's yet to come to pit road to make his scheduled green flag pit stop in the final stage. Got to wonder if there's some sort of strategy in mind by doing this. He's got a little bit of front end damage to that Steel Horse Motorsports Ford F-150, but in the later laps of this one, he might not want to take the extra time to repair it. He might want to just run it to the finish and see if he can get the win here for the Lonestar 350. Still logging laps and logging pretty good lap times as well. I don't believe he's been to pit road, but if he has been to pit road already, it was way before the rest of the leaders. He's running pretty quick lap times. I wonder if he's actually already indeed made his green flag pit stop. We're trying to find exactly where Nick Donfrancesco is running in relation to where Alex is running. Who's in third, sorry? Oh, who's the leader right now? Yeah, that's Shadow. The 88 is the leader? Oh, okay. I thought you said the 98, two different times. Alright, so Jesse Carlson is actually the leader in the 88 Ford F-150, and it's Alex Tesdall in the 98 running in third. We're trying to wrap all of this up here. Harold Burden in the 56 machine is scored in the second position, and right now he's about 2.5 seconds behind Jesse Carlson. You can see him coming into the frame once in a while, and there you see Stephen Corley in the 99, just in front of your race leader, and that goes to show exactly how much time that pit road incident cost him. Yeah, there's Harold in the 56, going in through 3 and 4 now. He's scored in the second position. He's by himself there. Good battles all over the racetrack, folks, here in the final 20 laps here, under 20 to go here in the final stage. Oh, there was contact made there. Jason Armstrong, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Ford F-150, Toyota Tundra, good battle down the back straightaway. Contact was made there, and neither one of these drivers want to give these spots up. Timmy Brown in the 8, not too far behind them, and it's actually Bradley Gittleman just in front of them. All 4 of these trucks battling for position just inside the top 10. And sorry, yeah, we're going to throw it down to the M-Race reporter Tyler Wagner in the 02 machine. How many laps to go here in this one? Okay, so 14 laps to go for the race leader Jesse Carlson, and he's going down the back straightaway now, coming around to 13 laps to go, and it would be a remarkable week for him if he can capture the Lonestar 350 win here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Captured his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win last night at Sonoma Raceway. He's coming up to the tailgate of 2 of his teammates now. One of them is Daniel McGriff in the 13, and another one is the 8. Another one's the 99 truck, rather, of Stephen Corley, who's been one of the contenders all race long, but had that incident trying to get onto pit road. Daniel in the 13 gives way, and he's going to tuck in line behind his teammate and the race leader. And race reporter Tyler Wagner in the 02 is on a little bit of a different pit strategy, pit cycle here from the leaders. He comes to pit road, and we're lean, mean, and clean and green as of right now. For the most part, all of these drivers are pretty spread out. In fact, the top 5 are spread out by nearly 2/3 of a lap of each other. Nick Donfrancesco is currently scored in 4th. He's the pole sitter, and he's actually led the most laps in this race. Shown maybe arguably the best speed of anybody else in this one. But he, after the cycle of pit stops, he's got a little bit of front end damage, and he's got a little bit of ground to recover from and to overcome here if he's going to capture the win at Texas. Might even need a caution in this one. I think that we can expect everybody back to pit road before the end of this one, but it is going to be close for some. Some drivers elected to stay out as long as they possibly could before they had to come to pit road, and that might allow some of these drivers to make it to the end without having to stop again. There's Harold Burton in the 56 truck. He runs in second in the silver and black Ford F-150. You can kind of see gaining ground behind him. There you see it pop into frame. That's Alex Hesdall. He's gaining ground. That's going to be the battle for second and third, but this is still about 2.5, 3 seconds behind your race leader, Jesse Carlson, and unless something drastic happens at this point, it's looking like that 88 truck is going to park it in victory lane, unless some sort of pit strategy was deployed there by the 88 truck that might go south before the end of this one. It's really looking like it's going to be his night. Here you see him going down the back straightaway, coming out of 2. And now we go to Harold Burton. Now you see he's exiting turn 2. That kind of just gives you an idea on what the gap is like. It's over a full straightaway. Understandable, it's not easy, I hear you. And so yeah, Jesse Carlson's got under 7 laps to go here, folks. He's coming around through 3 and 4. Now it's going to be 6 to go for him. He's closing in, and unless something major happens, he's going to capture that first career NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series win. He's come so close so many times. He's had a good season going for Motormaster so far. He's got a good season going for trucks, but this would ultimately lock him in to the 2021 playoffs, and that's what he wants. And it was a great effort by Harold in the 56. The sponsorless number 56 Silverado there runs in second, goes to the inside of Dave Marks Jr. It's not a battle for position. Harold's going to hold on to second, and I guess at this point he's just hoping that maybe the tires wear out on the leader and he can take the lead and take the win away. But like I said, unless anything drastic happens, Harold's going to finish in second. Jesse's going to win this thing, but it's going to be a playoff point for the second place finish for Harold if he can hold on for this. And it's good momentum, and a good way to build towards a championship here in 2021, something he's not won yet here in NOSSCAR. He's come close. He's made the Final Four for a series here before on one of our NASCAR Heat games. Coming out of 4, 3 laps to go for Jesse Carlson. Not too much traffic in front of him. There's a few trucks in front of him, but I don't think that he's going to catch any of them before the end of this race. They're going to see the closest truck in front of him is actually Stephen Corley in the 99, but he is at the tail end of the lead lap, of course, and he's driving away slowly but surely from your race leader, Jesse Carlson, so he's not going to be a factor before the end of this. Coming out of 4, so 2 laps to go when he hits the start-finish line. Jesse's closing in. The fans are on their feet here at Texas Motor Speedway. You can hear them cheering for Jesse. He comes out of 4. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here in the Lonestar 350. Round 7 of the 2021 season coming to a close. It was a wild one. We saw a little bit of everything. Long green flag runs, short green flag runs. Nick Donfrancesco in the 24 was on the pole, won both stages, led the most laps, but he's not going to win here tonight. He's going to settle for a top 5 finish. Harold Burton's going to take home second. Alex Tesdall's going to take home third. But up front, It's Jesse Carlson winning the Lonestar 350 here at Texas. First career NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series win. He did a slide on the front straightaway coming across the start-finish line the same way that he did at Sonoma Raceway last night when he captured his first Motormaster win. It's been a heck of a NASCAR week for Jesse. Oh, and Tyler, can you take photos of the results for me, all 22 trucks? Tyler?
Yeah.
Thank you. What a race, what a finish. Long green flag run to end. What a wild battle it was out there. Like I said, we saw long green flag runs. We saw short green flag runs. We saw 2, 3, and 4 wide action. We saw trucks bouncing off each other. Saw a couple of trucks miss pit road. A lot of action out there, actually. 22 trucks, 147 laps, and when the final stage began, we still had 20 trucks on the track. 19 of them on the lead lap. We had a lot of drivers that had a legitimate shot to win this one all the way down to the very end. And then that's when things got real dicey out there. Everyone knew they had a shot to win. Everyone was trying to scratch and claw their way to the front. But when it was all said and done, it was Jesse Carlson and the number 88 Ford F-150 for Steel Horse Motorsports picking up the win. Fastest lap of the race goes to Jeffrey Robinson Jr. for Rockstar Racing. Toyota Tundra there with a 30.364 on the preset. Stephen Corley with a quick lap as well with a 3.85 and a 4.12 for Nick DeFrancesco. We're gonna get a couple of post-race interviews ready here for you before we sign off for the evening. Jordan Green finished 4th. Excellent. I didn't know. Alrighty then, we're going to get the post-race interviews started, and we're going to start with the driver of the number 98 Ford F-150, and that is Alex Tesdall, driving for Steel Horse Motorsports. One heck of a run here for you tonight. You were up there in the top 10 all race long, and you scratched and clawed your way to a 3rd place finish. And it's about as high as you've ran all race long, really. So overall, I wanted to ask you how happy you were with this run and how the truck was feeling for you. What was the competition like out there for you?
Competition's definitely pretty stiff, and truck was honestly fairly tight most of the race, but didn't have the race winning speed. Honestly, didn't feel like it had a 3rd place truck even, but somehow pulled it off. So.
You're a veteran here in NASCAR. You always show good composure when you're out there in these large packs of trucks, and there was a lot of trucks out there that had a shot to win this one. What are the types of ways that you race, and what are the ways that you enter these races? What kind of mindset do you have when you're in a pack with 8 or 9, 10 trucks that are battling for the lead?
Usually just lay back and wait for others to make a mistake, take advantage of that, and it usually works. So. Yeah.
Your truck showed good speed on the inside. We saw more moves made down there than the outside. Is that where your truck was handling best?
The inside lane is definitely preferred most of the race. The outside could work a little bit in 3 and 4, but it just 1 and 2. If you were on the bottom, you were going to hit the wall. So.
You were laying down fast laps all race long. What was the tire wear like out there?
Wasn't terrible. Definitely got a little bit. Can't. Wasn't great at the end of a run. Tires got pretty hot, but overall tires could last a fuel run.
So a third place finish, another playoff point. Sum up your run for us. Tell us how you were able to get the job done and park it in third place.
Well, to be honest, it just the green flag pit stops lined up. I didn't expect a third place the way I was running, but so went in sixth, came out third, and stayed green, brought home third.
Yeah, I really did shake things up. Congratulations to you on your third place finish. Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
And up next we have longtime NASCAR driver Harold Burton, driver of the number 56 Chevy Silverado. Had a great run out there. I was talking about you a lot during the broadcast because it seemed like tonight was the night you were going to win and punch your ticket into the playoffs like we've seen you do before here in NASCAR. You came close, finished in second, running in the top 10 all race long, much like Alex, who finished in third. Sum up your race for us and tell us how your truck was handling out there.
The truck was really fast. It was handling real good, and it was gripping. I was just trying to conserve the tires, you know, to keep it going, because I knew later in the run it would start to fall off real quick on the right rear, and then that's what's going to give people the problem. So early on in the race, I got together with a few guys, and it got me a little upset. I got heated. I got really overcomposed, and I started to calm down. I just said, nah, you got this. You got this. Calm down. Just started ignoring stuff. Just got my mind straight and got into it and got after it. And just when an opening opened, I didn't hesitate. I just took it.
You were completing some passes out there, that's for sure. It seemed like you were swapping second, third, fourth, and fifth a lot with drivers like Josh Colm-Diaz, Alex Tesdall, Stephen Corley. The competition seemed really stiff out there. Was there anything maybe you could have done a little differently to get the win tonight?
Nah, I was just pretty happy with what I had. I mean, at the end there, when Dave come out of his pit stop, he hit the bottom of the track there, and it scared me, and it caused me to jerk up a little bit, and then I lost like 5 seconds on the leader on NASCAR. I was going to get him. I was catching him. I was definitely working it down. But other than that, it turned out pretty nice.
What are your goals for the remainder of the regular season? Still quite a ways to go before the playoffs start.
Just to try to be consistent. That's about all I can do.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck. You earned yourself another playoff point tonight. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Thanks a lot.
And on to your race winner. I can't believe it, folks. It's been one heck of a NASCAR week for Jesse Carlson. He captured his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win last night by winning the Sunfire 250 at Sonoma, and now here he is tonight, parking it in victory lane for the Lonestar 350 for the NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, what's going through your mind right now? You just got your first Motormaster win. You just got your first truck win. You're locked into the playoffs for both. You went from having no wins in either series to having a win and putting your name on a list of very elite drivers in this series. What's going through your mind? How did you do it?
I mean, I'm surprised, man. It's crazy. I thought I was gonna have some people battling with me and coming to the white flag and everything. If Trouble didn't mess up, I was saving fuel, so he probably would have gotten pretty close to me. Yeah, and first stage I got into my teammate Shadow, kind of wrecked him. I wasn't meaning to wreck him and all that, but he recovered and got third, so good. It's good for him, and we both got a good finish out of that. My other teammates, proud for them that they tried and everything. It's just my competition messed themselves up on accident, so yeah, it was a fun race. It was nice battling with Napa, Shadow, NASCAR King, and Trouble and everyone else. Fun race. Had to dodge only one wreck, and yeah. Can't wait until Richmond, even though I'm not really good there.
I was saying this a couple of times. We saw a little bit of everything in this race. Short runs, long runs, 2, 3, 4 wide. We saw a long green flag run there in the final stage to end this race. And like you said, there was some mistakes maybe on pit road during that green flag cycle of pit stops. What do you think happened to everybody, and how were you able to ensure that your final pit stop of the race went smooth and perfectly?
Well, I pitted a lap early, and I was cutting it close on fuel. I pitted a lap earlier than than my competition, and so I had the advantage of pitting by myself by not having to not accidentally wrecking anyone or getting into anyone. But Napa and Trouble, I think they had some issues getting onto the pit road. So yeah, that's what happens when you have company when you're trying to go down pit road. But yeah, feel sorry for those guys.
What's your plans moving forward? Like I said, you got a win for Motormaster, a win for Trucks. You're locked into the playoffs for both. What are your goals moving forward as you work your way towards the playoffs?
Well, I want to be able to get a few more wins, be able to compete for poles like I've been doing at Motormaster. I'm not the best in the stages with the trucks, but it really doesn't matter. What matters is that I won the race, and I'm going to try and make sure that I win a dirt, not a dirt, Legend Series race and a Platinum race. That way I've won a race on all Heat 5 leagues. It's my goal.
Great goals to have. We wish you the best of luck moving forward. Once again, congratulations. The entire NASCAR community is really standing up about all of this.
Thank you.
And that was Jesse Carlson, folks, driver of the number 88 Ford F-150 for Steel Horse Motorsports, turning a lot of heads and turning a lot of eyes, folks. Just parked it in victory lane for the Lonestar 350, round 7 here of the NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series season here on NASCAR Heat 5 2021. And yeah, and a first win for Motormaster, a first win for Trucks. He's on a roll, and he's locked into the playoffs. Going to throw it down to the M-Race reporter from tonight's race, Tyler Wagner, driver of the 02 Chevy Silverado. Tyler, what do you think of tonight's race? Summarize what you saw out there, and how was the race from your perspective?
From my perspective, I seen a lot of friendships out there, and then I seen a lot of people not giving an inch. They wouldn't give that guy a chance to get back down under there. There was a lot of giving. There was people that were just taken from the green flag, and I think people that were taken straight from the green flag could have been what caused a lot of these wrecks, just over driving their car, driving over their head.
I couldn't have said it any better. I think that we saw a lot of antsiness and a lot of eagerness for these drivers to get to the front, and some of these drivers I find had good speed, but they were stuck mid-pack, so they started making some bold moves and wild moves towards the end to try to get some track position, and that's kind of maybe why we saw some of these wild incidents that we saw tonight. Was there anything that anyone could do to get track position without forcing their truck to the inside of somebody? Was there a line they could have taken?
Yeah, they could have. There's a bunch of things you can do to pass somebody without making contact or driving aggressively under them. Keep yourself in the rearview mirror. I noticed with people, if you're in their rearview mirror close, they end up messing up and they give you that lane to the bottom, or they give you that lane to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for someone to mess up is sometimes a better opportunity to pass than forcing your way in there, because then instead of wrecking you, you may wreck half the field.
Couldn't have said it any better. In fact, that's how I've parked it in victory lane for a lot of races that I've won in my career. Thank you very much, Tyler, for being the M-Race reporter yet again here for another NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series race, and we'll see you again next Tuesday.
There's one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing I have posted up at my track. At the dirt track I race on, I race my super late on. We pay for the last lap, not the first lap, guys.
Exactly.
I believe that's going to do it, folks. You heard it. That's the end of the show. Tailgate Tuesday, NASCAR style here on NASCAR Heat 5. Lonestar 350 is in the history books, and at the end of it all, Jesse Carlson for Steel Horse Motorsports parks it in victory lane for the first time in his NASCAR truck career. From all of us here at NASCAR, we're saying so long, stay healthy out there, and we hope you enjoyed your holiday season. Stay fast, folks.